Nothing but as many as. Okay, let's go. 43 minutes, 41 seconds.
Our last section for tonight is only and as many. Now, this shouldn't be a confusing section, but the English translation of the two terms we're about to go over is, I'd say, lacking. It's not quite dead on. Not the way that Genki calls it. I switched it actually to only to make a little bit more understandable, but it still doesn't. Still not quite what I want it to be. The way that Genki refers to these two terms as, which are mo and shika, two particles, is as many as mo and as few as shika. I prefer to think of shika as only, but the reason they say as few as is because you always use a negative verb with shika. You must use a negative verb with shika. Whereas with mo, you use a positive verb. As many as something. So that is noun plus ga or o. Either particle is fine. Number plus counter. Mo, verb means as many as. So one other thing I need to mention is there's other ways to use these two particles, both mo and shika. There are many ways, but the only way we're covering in Genki Lesson 14 is using it with numbers plus a counter, using it with numbers. So a certain amount, as few as a certain amount of this thing, or as many as. But you can use them in other situations. Like, for example, just a quick example of using shika is 俺は pumpkin pie しか食べません. So that sentence meant I eat nothing but pumpkin pie. I eat only pumpkin pie. Nothing but is probably the best English translation of that. So shika plus a negative verb just means nothing but that is, I feel like, an even better way to say it. But with numbers, as few as or only seems to make more sense. And that's all we're going over tonight. So basically how you use is noun plus garo plus number plus counter. Mo, verb for shika as few as. We've got shika, negative verb. Okay? Some example sentences will make this make a little bit more sense. So hon ga 2冊しかない. Na is the negative of aru, to have. So hon ga 2冊しかない. I only have 2 books. Or I have nothing but 2 books. That's nothing but. I should have, if I had spoken out loud when I was making this lesson, I would have changed this section from only to nothing but. Nothing but is a way better translation of this. Oh, I have it right down here. Nice. Okay, 本が200冊もある. So with mo, it means I have as many as 200 books, or something I like to use is a whole 200 books. That sort of gives the feeling of it in English, right? 50 kilo も歩いた is like I walked a whole 50 kilos, or I walked 50 whole kilometers, right?
Okay, so the last section, shika and mo, are introduced for like emphasizing the amount. Which way? Emphasizing also many, emphasizing so few. That's the two options that Genki's represent this grammar. And that's why Andy also a little bit complained, but only in this section they are explaining about combining a number plus も。はい、2冊も読んだ. That means the speaker feels this reading action 2 books huge. 2冊しか読まなかった. So it doesn't matter the number actually, it is really subjective. 本が200冊もある. That's a lot of number, but even you can say 本を2冊も読んだ. So the number doesn't matter. How the speaker experienced this feeling, that's the things. Okay. 本を2冊しか読まなかった. Okay, so mo or shika is just adding the layer of how you see this amount. How you see this amount, that's it. Yeah, isn't it easy? Regarding more particle, usually more particle is also, right? 私も行きます。京都も好きです。 本も読みます。But this も is really particular job, like emphasizing how number is big for speaker. 2冊も読んだよ。2冊もあるよ。言語を3つも話すよ。Speaker sees 3 languages huge things. On the other hand, if you see 3 languages really nothing wrong, then 言語を3つしか話しません。言語を3つしか話しません。So, you see, it's just small number. Yeah, that's the last chapter. Nothing but as many as. Okay, that's one last thing. Regarding counter, the amount, please remember, if you don't use this grammar, what the sentence would be? 本が200冊ある。Okay, what should you do? 本を2冊、読んだ。Okay, keep in mind, amount, always adverb. So, you don't have to put anything here. More is additional, more is emphasizing function. So, more is just extra. If you just stating your accurate number as your experience or like stating as your data, you just go without particle. That's difficult. A lot of people make a mistake. People cannot stand without particle. But the amount is adverb. Okay, amount stands without particle. Particles. This is a difficult point and please keep in mind. But only if you want to emphasize many or fewer, yeah, you can put more and you feel good, right? 200冊もある。200冊、2冊も読んだ。Yeah, but if you don't have to emphasize, you just go. 200冊ある。3人会った。3時間寝た。Amount do not need a particle. That's it.